Hello, how are you? Taking a shower in the morning is part of many people's routine, but did you know that if you do it the wrong way, it can actually cause health problems for you? Depending on how you take this shower, it can interfere with your hormones, circulation, immunity, and even your daily energy. I'm going to explain what science says about this and give you some very important tips. Stay until the end, you won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to know, what time of day do you take your shower? How many showers do you take? And what about the morning shower? Is it sacred in your house? Or do you prefer to shower at the end of the day? Just that daily shower, because some people take several, but at least one I hope everyone takes. Tell me what time you shower. I'd love to see your comment. What's the temperature like? How long do you spend in the shower? I love knowing these details. Write them for me down below. Remember to like the video. That really helps me out, and share it with anyone who needs these tips. Let's grow our chain of kindness. That's what I want here with the channel. An important detail for us to talk about is that many people wake up, jump out of bed, and go straight to take a shower. And this is a very important point because usually when we wake up, our body isn't 100% ready for a shower yet. When we wake up, our body is in a very specific physiological state where blood pressure tends to be lower, circulation is already redistributing itself, we were lying down horizontally, and now we're standing up vertically. Cortisol in the morning is naturally higher, that awakening hormone. It's related to a cortisol peak in the morning, and that's physiological. It's normal. And our nervous system mainly is adjusting from the sleep state to the waking state. This morning period is what we call in science the autonomic transition. Any very intense stimulus at this moment, like very hot water or very cold water, can interfere with this adjustment, and that's where the danger begins. The most common mistake I see people make is taking a very hot shower right after waking up. We know that an extremely hot shower with a very, very high temperature increases peripheral vasodilation, causes a temporary drop in people's blood pressure, and redistributes blood flow to the skin. In some people, this can cause dizziness, weakness, a feeling of sluggishness. And here's what you don't want: a drop in energy in the first hours of the morning. So, the problem isn't the shower itself, but that thermal shock from something very hot when your body is still adjusting. Another point, which researchers already know, is that an excessively hot shower can stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is related to our relaxation. That would be good at the end of the day at dusk or in the early evening, but in the morning it can cause sluggishness, lack of focus, and even a more prolonged feeling of drowsiness. That's why some people say, I still feel sleepy even after taking a shower, because the water was too hot and that ends up sabotaging your biological rhythm. So, if you're someone who already has trouble feeling energetic or motivated in the morning, the temperature of your shower can affect that. Then you might think, so I'll just take a cold shower, maybe that's the solution. There's another point here, because excesses and extremes are not recommended. We know that a cold shower can be a shock to our body, since we're coming from the cozy warmth of our bed and all that. If you take an ice cold shower in the morning, it can actually stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for fight, survival, and danger responses. This increases your heart rate and can cause peripheral vasoconstriction. For some people, this can indeed lead to increased alertness, a sense of energy, and an improved mood, but for others, it can make things worse, especially for those with unstable blood pressure. We know that in the morning, there are physiological blood pressure spikes, and for many people, this can further increase blood pressure. For those who wake up very early or who have anxiety, it can cause tachycardia, discomfort, an exaggerated feeling of stress, and it can put you in a not so great mood right at the start of the day. So it's that thing we always talk about, right? It's about finding the middle ground. You don't need to take a super hot shower or an ice cold one. Ideally, your shower should be warm, basically at your body's physiological temperature, around 96, 98 degrees Fahrenheit. 98 is already quite a hot shower. But around 96 degrees can make for a really nice shower for you. Enough to get clean, take care of your hygiene, and wake up pleasantly without stressing your body. Another point that science mentions, besides the issue of shower temperature, is the duration of the shower. This morning shower doesn't need to be super long, right? Ideally, it should be a shorter shower, just for hygiene and to wake up gently. It also has to do with the timing of the shower. Just because you're taking a shower in the morning doesn't mean you have to get out of bed and jump straight into the shower. Ideally, you would take a moment for yourself, whether it's prayer, gratitude, or meditation. If you exercise, do it at this time, have your breakfast, and leave the shower to be one of the last things in your morning routine instead of doing it right at the very beginning. That way, even if you work out, it makes more sense. You clean up after exercising, especially if you've been sweating and all that. But it also gives your body a little more time to wake up gently with some light movement, more breathing, and this whole thing about circulation, being upright. It gives your body time to gradually adapt to this moment. There are some people who, in fact, should avoid showering in the morning, especially with these extreme temperatures. People who wake up feeling dizzy, who have low or unstable blood pressure in the morning, who suffer from chronic fatigue, the elderly, or people who are very anxious or stressed. Ideally, you should try to shower either at the end of the morning with the water nice and warm, almost at your body temperature, or avoid showering in the morning altogether and take your shower later in the day. That can be an option too. Tell me, at what time does showering work best for you? Is it right in the morning, later in the day, or do you take several showers? I'd love to see your comment. Remember to like the video, it really helps me out, and share it with anyone who would enjoy it. Let's work together to spread this chain of kindness. That's what I want here on the channel. See you next time. Bye.